This is part 2 of our 2-part series on our experiences in the Sunrise Community Police Academy. On Homicide Week in our Sunrise Community Police Academy, the police instructor showed us the ghoulish face of a dementia patient found face down in a canal, and the officer made a revealing comment. For some strange reason, dementia patients have a strange attraction to water, and several have recently drowned. Roughly 60% of dementia patients wander. Experts note that when someone suffering from dementia wanders away, 1 in 4 will lose their lives if they're not found within 2 days. That's why police urge citizens to report a missing person sooner rather than later. We asked the police instructors what has changed in policing. Today, few people suggest defunding the police. Nationwide, police have become more aware of mental health issues facing those citizens suffering from dementia, autism, schizophrenia, and/or homelessness. The police are often the first to encounter mental illness on their beats. And several years ago, the Florida legislature, on the recommendation of the Alzheimer's Association, included optional training on dementia in the police CIT training program, both in the police academy and in their continuing education. And since there are so many elderly living in Sunrise, the city provides free access to the Angel Sense program for all Sunrise residents. In this program, a hardware device tracks the youth and elderly when they wander. This is a problem with many loved ones who suffer from autism or dementia. If a loved one does wander away, the police want you to report their absence as soon as possible, as their life might be in danger, literally. And we also talked about training for police dogs and their handlers. Now, dogs are amazing creatures. True people can read and write, but a dog's sense of smell is 100 times stronger. A trained dog can follow a suspect's unique odor several hours after he walks or runs through a backyard or field. If the air is still, the odor trail lasts longer, although sunlight and rain can wash it out. Dogs sometimes can track suspects fleeing on bicycles. Which dogs are preferred for police work? German Shepherds and especially Belgian Malinois or Belgian Shepherds are energetic, easy to train, intelligent, impossible to intimidate, and have an excellent sense of smell. Belgian Malinois are known for their athleticism, health, and willingness to pursue humans who tower over them. They are not the type of dogs to leave at home all day. They are working dogs needing constant stimulation and attention all day long. The police dog is their handler's constant companion. He takes them home as part of their family. And most police dogs work for about a decade before retirement. What role do dogs play in police work? These dogs can help detect cadavers, money, drugs, and bombs. Dogs can sweep public events, search for a missing person by following their scent trail, and search for a fugitive. Most important, dogs can de-escalate a tense situation, avoiding violent confrontations. If a suspect flees down a dark alley or is hiding in a dark building, a dog can find and restrain a suspect far quicker and safer than a police officer. The sight of a handler holding back his eager dog tugging at his leash can be psychologically intimidating to suspects, often ensuring their cooperation. In the Sunrise Police Department Canine Obedience Training, police dogs are trained to run upstairs, jump over obstacles, run through pipes, and search the rooms in a house, including attics, ignoring gunfire. Dogs lack the depth perception of humans. They learn to trust their instructor. And their handler also learns emergency care and treatment for their dog. If the suspect gives up after the handler releases his dog, then the handler needs to recall the dog. The dogs are trained to charge when released and to stop and turn around when necessary. The dogs are rewarded with playtime, throwing a toy for retrieval, but sometimes they're momentarily recalled for practice. Now at our community academy, the police demonstrated how they train their dogs. Most police canine teams are happy to provide demonstrations at public events. And if you want to learn more, the San Diego Police Foundation YouTube channel has some interesting canine training videos. And we also asked the police instructors what has changed in policing. And technology has revolutionized the police departments. In addition to the body and surveillance cameras, technology has also revolutionized the 911 call center. Now, the only city in Broward County with their own call center is Plantation. All other cities contract with the Broward County Sheriff's Office, and one of the 3 call centers is in the Sunrise Police Department building. The call center employees take the emergency calls and dispatch police to the scene. When both the police and firemen are dispatched, the police will first determine if the situation is safe for the firemen. Now, remember those movies when you had to keep the bad guys on the phone for several minutes to trace their call and their location? Now that's the ancient past. Now the 911 call centers can immediately locate the ping for any cell phone that's turned on, no waiting. Likewise, the police have real-time access to surveillance cameras in the Sawgrass Mills Mall. Now incoming calls and their locations on city maps are displayed on dozens of oversized computer screens. Text messages are accepted for 911 calls as the caller may be compromised. The call center employees also handle swatting calls, especially for famous or wealthy people, including professional athletes. Now, suicide is higher during the holidays, often triggered by loneliness or domestic troubles. Men are 5 times more likely to commit suicide than women, across all ages, races, and classes. The Sunrise Police Department engages several psychologists who negotiate suicides, hostage situations, and domestic situations. Now, for more information, the Waterloo Regional Police Service YouTube channel has an interesting video on their call centers. Are you interested in becoming a police officer for Sunrise, Florida? Attending the Community Police Academy will provide more insight into what police encounter in their careers. This community academy includes an evening where you ride with the police. And the Sunrise Police Department website has recruiting information. And a career in local law enforcement is open to those who have a high school education with good pay. Now, this is our second installment. In our first installment, we reflected on the other changes in policing in America: camera, technology, guns, and SWAT tactics. And we also had 3 articles published in the Sunrise Talk Internet newspaper on our experiences in the Community Police Academy.